Florida State starting off the new year with a bang as the Noles have picked up their quarterback of the future, or at least for 2024, as they land DJ Uiagalelei from Oregon State. FSU has been pursuing both him and Cam Ward from Washington State for the last few weeks now, and it always kind of seemed like they would be happy with either guy, but they had a slight preference for Cam Ward, but he ultimately ended up declaring for the NFL draft on Monday, and then DJU announces his commitment soon after. Now, a couple things here. For one, I don't think Florida State got their second option necessarily. I think that they really like both of these guys, and for different reasons, too. I think the ceiling with Cam Ward was probably a little bit higher than DJ, but with his propensity to turn the ball over, to take sacks, maybe his floor is a little lower as well. Secondly, I would say Cam Ward probably had a bit of a higher price tag attached to him than DJU did. It's always a good thing to save a little bit of money there and have it to spend on other portal guys to put around DJ. And I'll talk about that more in here in just a minute. But two, with Cam Ward going to the NFL, that means he's also not going to be playing for Miami. And Miami is kind of always the biggest competition for him anyways. So they miss on both quarterbacks, and a lot of their other QB targets are coming off the board as well. Guys like KJ Jefferson committing to UCF. So who knows what Miami's plans are at quarterback in 2024. Spoiler alert, I think they could have anybody back there at quarterback. Mario would still probably find a way to ruin him and lose games, but that's for a different time. Now, Florida State fans are pretty familiar with DJU from his playing time at Clemson. Obviously, he wasn't necessarily elite overall there, but he absolutely shredded Florida State's defense in Doak Campbell Stadium there in 2022 and handed the Noles their third loss of that season. So a couple things there. For one, you've seen good high school prospects struggle at Clemson pretty much since Trevor Lawrence left. DJU was a five-star, I believe the number 1 or number 2 overall player in the country coming out of high school, and Cade Klubnik was a top recruit as well. And he's also not looking great in his 2 years under Dabo. So I don't think Clemson is excelling right now at developing quarterbacks, and I don't think Oregon State is elite in that department either. Now, DJU coming in to get coached by Mike Norvell and Tony Tokars would be by far the best quarterback staff he's been around, and that could work wonders for a guy like DJU. But you've also seen flashes of talent from him, and with his size at 6'4", 250, an absolute cannon of an arm, he absolutely has NFL tools. And I think that could really click well with this offense that Mike likes to run. And to that point, even with his size, he's also pretty mobile. Now, he's not the dynamic runner that Jordan Travis was, but very few people are. But DJU is more than capable of moving the pocket, throwing on the run, or using his frame to pick up tough first downs, which on like a third and short situation or goal line packages could be almost a cheat code with a guy like him. Now, I know Florida State fans are pretty divided, not only on DJU, but just taking a portal quarterback right now in general. To that, I'll say we just got snubbed due to our QB situation. At least so they say. I do think that was an excuse to get an SEC team in, but we also saw Tate Rodemaker transfer out. A lot of that likely because Florida State was pursuing another quarterback. So now you're down to Brock Glenn, who was the third string a month ago. And you're lacking depth even more now there. You do bring in true freshman quarterback Luke Kromenhoek, but you can't count on him immediately in 2024, and you really don't want to be put in a position where you have to. Now, I'm actually very excited about both Brock Glenn and Luke, but I don't think either guy is ready to lead Florida State to a playoff run next season. I think DJU can be that guy, though. If nothing else, adding him to the room is a net positive because he adds talented depth there, but he has a ton of experience. He's familiar with Clemson from playing for them. He's faced Florida State a few times, so there's familiarity there. He's familiar in this conference, and he just played a lot of football in his last few years. And winning football at that, going 10-3 in 2021, 11-3 in 2022, and an 8-4 season at Oregon State. So that being said, not only do I think he could help us in a bridge year to 2025, but I also think he could do wonders for the room and assist in the development of our younger quarterbacks, guys like Brock and Luke. Now, one last thing that I do like about DJ, after he announced his commitment on Monday, he told ESPN that Florida State is where he wanted to go the whole time, and he even said that he really didn't visit or communicate with many other schools during his time in the portal. He said he was locked in, and the fact that he said that and the fact that he handled it in this way, knowing Florida State was openly pursuing other potential options, shows that he really wants to be a Nole. And in the world of flipping commitments and transferring and NIL drama and all that, finding somebody who is willing to wait it out and put in the work because they truly want to be a part of your program, it's becoming more of a rarity these days, and Florida State has it. And they have it at the key position. Now, from the perspective of other additions, I'm really excited about our young receivers in Hakeem Williams and Destin Hill, But I've also heard that the DJU announcement is already helping Florida State with some other portal guys. It's being reported that communication between Florida State and transfer wide receiver Evan Stewart have picked up significantly since DJU announced his commitment. And it sounds like he'll now be setting up a visit to Tallahassee in the near future. So this could be just the first of many more dominoes to fall in the transfer portal in the next few weeks. I do really think picking up DJ is absolutely massive for a Florida State team who is losing a lot of veterans, and with a really rough last month or so, they're also looking for a little bit of stability and leadership. And I think this is the first step here, picking up a talented veteran quarterback for Mike and the staff to work with. But again, I know this is a pretty divided topic, so I do want to hear your thoughts. Do you like the DJ pickup? Do you think Florida State should have rolled with their young guys in 2024? Let me know down in the comments. And as always, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more Florida State content, and let's talk Noles.